Hello and welcome to this episode of the Family Business Podcast video version, which is a short video summarising the discussion I've had this week for the podcast. Now, I have just spoken with Josh Daspit, who is an assistant professor at Mississippi State University over in the States, and we were talking about the role of academic research in assisting family businesses. You may or may not be aware that there is an awful lot of academic research that happens looking at various aspects of how family businesses are run, how they innovate, succession, all the kind of hot topics that we hear people talk about. There's an awful lot of academic research that goes into that field as well. And Josh is one of the people that's heavily involved in that. So I wanted to get him on to have a talk about how he goes about finding areas to do research into, how he then gets that research out to the family business world, and what particular areas he is interested in. And one of those areas is that of innovation. And innovation within family firms is, again, something that I find a fascinating area. And Josh expands on this and some of the characteristics that family firms who can successfully innovate have. So you can look at that and see, are you one of those firms that has that characteristic of being able to successfully innovate? And if not, what advice then might be for what to do about that? We also talk about the family business community and how it's growing, and the amount of research that is being completed now is far in excess of what was being done sort of in the 70s and 80s when research sort of started to take off in this field. And it was a really interesting chat with Josh. He was very generous with his time and provided some great insights, some great information. Don't be put off by the fact that he's a professor, because although he does have a brain the size of a planet, he's able to articulate what the research means in terms that I could understand, which should mean that you can understand. If I can, then anyone can. So I hope you enjoy listening to the show. Would love to get some feedback from you if you're enjoying the shows, either this one or other ones you may have watched or heard. And you can do so by leaving comments under the videos or on our iTunes page. So it's Family Business Podcast on iTunes. We have had a new review in this week, which I will feature during the show. So if you want to hear what that is, then you can check that out. And until next time, I'll see you soon.